And I actually had done a vignette with Eagle Canal, and then I left for Colorado, and he developed another vignette that Lou was in, and it's not a movie that a lot of people have seen, but if you get a chance, you should see it.
Yes.
And he's going to be missed. He's a one-of-a-kind character, you know, really a larger-than-life guy.
I got a call, I got a Facebook notification that Lou Perryman wanted to be my friend. And I hadn't seen Lou since we wrapped, since we did the whole thing. And just having not been in contact, it was amazing because he had such a huge, great sense of humor. And he was so excited about doing this stuff. And he loved it that I was out of the closet and, you know, doing all this PR. No, not that.
You gotta wonder why you wouldn't pay attention to me.
Everybody hit on her.
I've had my surgery. Anyway, I was so excited to see Lou. I was beside myself. Not that I didn't want to see everybody else, but because Lou had this personality and this way about him. And he was working it, and so all my friends befriended Lou. Because I had been on Spacebook, you know, on both. Right.
That's coming soon, Spacebook.
Any and all. And so everybody started befriending Lou. And it's true. And my website looks really good, Ed. Even
It does
though
look good.
you didn't.
Go to her website and look at the Italian pictures.
Oh yeah.
Bellissimo.
Not to mention the lake shots.
I wasn't going to mention the lake shots.
Why
Lou
not?
Perryman and I
Saving it for myself.
were the only two, I think, maybe Sally Richardson, from out of town that didn't live in the Boston area. I came in from Chicago and Lou came in from Colorado somewhere. So we roomed together during shooting at Chainsaw. It was that production office was like a 2-bedroom apartment with, you know, a complex there. He and I stayed together during the time we shot, and then after we both moved to LA, we kept in contact. We hung out together. We ended up doing a play together at the Beverly Hills Playhouse. Actually, it was Lou's suggestion. He'd already been cast, and there was another role, and Lou said, "I got the guy for you." And he called me, and I went and auditioned, and we ended up doing a play together for a couple of months. And it was Time of Your Life by William Saroyan. And yeah, and I started having an affair with the actress who was Lou's love interest in the play. And Lou got pissed off. Because in the play it was his girlfriend, but it really ticked him off. He wouldn't admit it, but every time he'd see us together, he'd just... And I had not seen Lou since the late 70s in LA, and I've talked to him several times over the last year, and the last time about a month ago, and we were so excited to see each other after all these years. And I'm going to miss him. So.
I think we're all going to miss him. I mean, I've known him 5 years, and you know, we can wrap this up, but after the first time he was here, he'd call me every few weeks because he was so excited. He'd never do this, but he'd always call me when he was drinking, you know. And then he'd call me in the evening. He had my home phone number, and I'd be drinking. You know, he'd call me up, "What are you doing? Drinking. What are you doing? Drinking." Well, I used to tell him all the time. I said, "God, I hope this isn't my future." You know, I said, "Am I going to be making these calls in another 30 years to people I know? What are you doing? I'm drinking." Well, I think, which is probably true. But I think we can all agree, the panel, that we're all going to miss him. He was a one-of-a-kind individual. Definitely unique. But really, if you've been over here at 2 shows, you really did make me feel great, you fans. So we can move on now, but I know I'll speak for everybody. We will all miss Lou. He was definitely a one-of-a-kind personality. Let's open it up. Instead of us asking the same old questions, why don't you guys ask a couple questions? We have some new faces.
I have a question.
We wanted to win.
You see, we have all these new horror flicks out today with all the special effects and stuff, to where these directors and writers have got their influences from movies like the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Have you ever been sitting in your living room watching a movie and say, hey, I may have influenced that?
Oh, hey, that's a good question.
Oh gosh, let's.
Well, I know we didn't
Hannibal
influence the
Lecter.
remake of Shakespeare.
Man, that wasn't quite
No.
a stumper, was it?
I'm trying to be nice. They told us to be nice.
It was the first time that when I believe it was Kurt who took the hammer, and his legs were spasmodically moving. That's how things happened in real life, and that was the first time that was ever shown on film. So after that, all movies, when somebody got killed, instead of just falling over to the ground dead, they'd shake, rattle, and roll for a few feet, which was first noticed in Omen. And also, I believe Sally was the first girl to jump through a window twice. You expected the girl to jump through the first time through the window and get away. What you didn't expect was Sally to do it once again and get away. Plus, she did manage to escape all her little allies many times, and then, oh dear, she ran right back into them. So I think that was the first of the movies where they started that, and I don't believe anybody had consistently screamed throughout the picture as that girl did.
Or hung
Didn't
on
they
the
come up with
paper.
the term Scream Queen? Aren't you like the original Scream?
No, that's just a rumor.
No, seriously, Marilyn.
It's Jamie Lee Curtis.
Oh, really? Was it?
No, I'm saying she was Jamie Lee before Jamie Lee Curtis.
Oh, yeah, no, I think Marilyn was the original Scream Queen.
Yes. Well, I would have to agree that yes, it started in that era.
No.
Could be with that.
What about RuPaul? Yeah, RuPaul. Yeah, well, I mean, gosh, let me think.
Screaming Queen.
I don't think anybody had ever used the chainsaw for anything but cutting trees. So, then there's the dance. Yeah, I mean, let's face it. I was the inspiration for Saturday Night Fever. No, I mean, the first time it occurred to me was watching the movie Scarface, and I'm watching him with the chainsaw, thinking, I've seen this before.
I think Schindler's List was the one that was.
Thank you.
Need longer arms for that reach.
Nobody makes fun of shit.
You! Oh, you're the one.
Did each one of you save anything as a memento from the movie?
I
Our
still have
residual
the
checks.
script, and I still have the original purple T-shirt, and the bid's excellent right now. So get it out there.
And I still have my ass.
Bobby and Legal. Can we say that, Bobby?
Can I start the bidding on that?
Hey, can we get that butt shot?
I had everything that I had from there, and I wish to hell I would have gotten the spectator shoes and the, I don't know, I walked off and didn't even ask if I could have this stuff, my costume or anything. But I had the whole package they sent me of all the lobby cards and a poster and all sorts of stuff in a trunk on the roof of my car, which was all stolen in Sikeston, Missouri. If anyone was in Sikeston, Missouri in